Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Y'all know what time it is.
You already know.
Jeff Knows Money.
I'm Mojo Hill.
And real quick before we get started, because they always shouting us out, got to give my boys a shout out.
Shout out.
Y'all make sure y'all check out the Made Men Radio Show. It's a podcast by my homeboys Kingpin and Big Drake.
Yep.
Mainly talking sports, but they dip off in a lot of life topics too. Grade A, anywhere podcasts can be found, you can find them. Y'all make sure y'all check them out.
Go check them out.
That's family. All right, now back to the business. Last episode, we told y'all that to be financially successful, there's a certain amount of money that you're going to have to make. And that's the part that nobody's willing to talk about. They'll tell you to cut your bills, they'll tell you to stop eating out, they'll tell you to stop going to Starbucks, but you can only cut so much. So today, we are going to give you the numbers that you need to actually start having the wealthy conversation. Coming up next.
You getting ready to be a rich nigga.
So today we are telling you the truth about money and obtaining wealth.
What's the truth, Jeff?
Unfortunately, a lot of y'all just ain't gonna make it.
Why is that?
Cause you've been lied to.
How so, Brother Jeff?
You don't know how much money it really takes to live a decent life and still save enough to build wealth. So let me show you what I mean. According to US News, middle class income starts at $52,000 a year for a family of 3, and that goes up to $156,000 a year. Does that sound right?
Hell no. 52,000 for a family of 3 is a struggle life, what it sounds like to me. Hell, that might be okay for a single person with the way the prices are nowadays. So I no, not a family of 3. No.
No. So before y'all start arguing with us and coming at us, and you can come at us in the comments if you want to.
Come on.
We won't smoke. But let me put some numbers to it. So if you take home, if you're making $52,000 a year, your take home pay probably somewhere around about $3,000 a month. You throw a nice apartment in there, your rent gonna be $1,000. Car payment $600. Utilities might be totaling up to about $5. And just like that, you're already down to less than $1,000 of money left in your pocket after you pay some basic bills. And now add a kid into it.
Oh, not a child, not a little one,
Mhm.
not a little big person.
Add one of them non-income producing entities into your house.
Oh man. So the struggle is real.
Mm-hmm.
The media has lied to us about what we actually need to be making. They are telling you that you aren't good with your money, and that's why you aren't wealthy. That's a lie. The real reason is because you have no idea how much money you really need to be making. 50 to 60,000 ain't and that ain't gonna get it. It ain't even close. So how much money do you really need to make? Let's start at $150,000 a household income. Keep in mind, and we are in Montgomery, Alabama. So
Gotta say that with some emphasis. You gotta spit on the mic. 150,000.
100. I like. Well, I'll just break it down. You need about 150.
But 50.
A nifty 150
There you go.
just to get started. You know what I'm saying? To work your way into the ballpark.
And mind you, Montgomery was just voted as like one of the most affordable. Actually, it was voted as the number one most affordable housing market in the country.
In the country.
So let that sink in. To live here and be upper middle class with kids,
You need about 150.
it starts at 150.
I'm not gonna say that's your baseline. I'm gonna use my hood vernacular. That the flow. That's your starting point. 150 the flow.
Flow.
The flow.
All right. So y'all can start arguing with us again. Let's put some numbers to it. On 150,000, take home pay is going to run you somewhere between 8 to 9,000 a month. Right now, your mortgage rates are somewhere around about 7%. So if you buy a $400,000 house, that's a $2,800 a month house note. If you buy a $500,000 house, it's a $3,500 a month car note. House note.
That's a William. That's a big bill.
That's
That's a William.
Mr. William. That's a William.
I
Big
call him out by first name.
old big ass bill.
Big bill.
Live up on the hill. Car payment. If you're buying a $60,000 car, basically $1,000 a month, and a lot of y'all are paying that for cars. A kid, I'm gonna give you $1,000 a month for your kid, and I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm letting y'all light. That's
Yeah.
just daycare.
Yeah.
You ain't put no clothes on them.
Mm-mm.
You ain't fed them. That's just daycare. Utilities, $700. Groceries, $700. Also letting you off light there. Gas, maybe about $300. So if you have a $400,000 house payment, all of that adds up to about $6,500 a month. If you have a $500,000 house payment, that is $7,200 a month in bills. You got a little bit left over, but not a lot to save. But this gives you a nice lifestyle with a little bit of wiggle room.
So if I really want wealth, what do I do? What is that number? Tell me the number, Jeff. What's the number?
All right. If you really want to be able to live a solid life, nice house, decent neighborhood, all that, and still have enough money to build wealth, you honestly got to be at about 200. Household income 200. That's going to let you live the way you want to live and still save. This is the real number, and I know y'all going to argue with me. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm telling you, this is a number. And you're going to be mad because ain't nobody else told you this, and you feel like you're probably far off of that.
Well, other than if you have a budding OnlyFans page right now, really, who really makes that kind of money right now these days?
Damn near nobody. So,
Oh, all right.
then
Okay.
see, that's why
Just
I
wa-
said
just wanna make sure.
you're gonna be mad. So y'all,
Okay.
boy, you better start dropping them feet pics or something for these perverts out here. Get your OnlyFans numbers up.
Okay.
But in the U.S., median household income is 70,000. So if we got 2 working adults, that's everybody making about 35, 40,000.
All right.
You got to be in the top 10% of income earners to be in the $200,000 range. So again, as we said at the start of the episode, a lot of people just ain't gonna get there.
You just ain't gonna get there. You might not like that. So, in order to accumulate wealth, you have to make an extraordinary income. You can't be median income. It can't be on the low range. You have to have an extraordinary income. That's why you ain't hearing the truth. Working for 30 years and an average income is just going to get you average. That's all it's going to get you. Average going to get you average. Is you going to get Al Horford numbers.
Al Horford just caught a stray. But since you brought him up, he really do be out there just running around.
Just averaging.
Cardio. That's all it is.
Al, we need a big night out you, boy.
Look. This is Al Horford. You come in there and tell him, Al, we're gonna need 15. We're gonna need 15 and 10. We got to have it from you.
Right.
He got you.
He got you.
Now you come in there and be like, Al, game 7.
Need
Need
you
a
a big
big
way.
night.
Big night out
We
you.
need at least 25. You know what he gonna get you?
15
15.
and 10.
That's it.
He gonna give you what he got. He gonna give you the average numbers. So
Extremely consistent. So sorry, Al, but
sorry.
I mean you
I
paid
rock
your
with
money.
you. I rock with you.
Yeah, I mean he's a legend at the bank now.
I ain't lying. To go out there 20 years and just give you the average consistently, I can't knock you.
And if he give you that 27-point game, you ain't getting more than 5 for about the next 3.
I ain't lying. He done blew a gasket.
You got all his energy
You
gone.
done tapped him out.
Yep.
He round there with his chest iced down. we can't do my guy like that. I'm sorry.
Legend at the bank though.
Legend at the bank.
Hey, y'all don't know this. Al Horford spent like 3 seasons as the second highest paid player in the NBA,
Mm-hmm.
only behind Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm. Atlanta got him right.
On God.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and look, we telling you 200. Don't get us wrong, because you can go out and you can find some stories where somebody making no more than $30,000 and saved up enough, and you can make less. Certainly. Here's the thing. You're not gonna like the lifestyle that produces. You're not gonna live the life that you really envision living if you're trying to do this on less money.
Kiss that luxury car. Bye bye. Forget about upscale neighborhoods and private schools for your little ones. It ain't gonna happen at 60,000 if you want to save money and still talking about accumulating wealth. It's not gonna happen.
Nope. Like I said, we trying to give y'all the real truth because we don't want y'all living like hobos. And the only way for you to save money and do all the things you want to do is you're gonna have to have a really good income, and you only accumulate wealth over the long term. You're gonna have to do it by investing and saving, and you're only gonna be able to do that if you have excess money at the end of the month. So even if you're making the 200,000, that's not a license for you to just go out there and be a fool and be reckless. You still got to be disciplined, and you still got to live below your means.
Just think about it. If $150,000 is the baseline to have a good upper middle class life, then that extra 50,000 that you have to make in order to average to 200,000 is in the savings. Even then, if you were to invest 50,000 a year for 10 years, you would only have about $800,000.
Mm-hmm. 800,000 is not chump change, but 800,000 doesn't make you wealthy. Not in today's America, but it's a damn good nest egg though.
Okay, well, here's the other thing. What's considered wealthy?
All right, glad you asked that. So, my professional opinion, you are wealthy when you have enough money invested in whatever to produce enough income so that you are choosing to go to work. That number's going to vary from person to person, but if you have enough money to put you in a situation where going to work is a choice, to me, that's wealthy.
Okay. So, the lower your lifestyle, the quicker you can get to the financial freedom that you desire. But there is a bare minimum lifestyle that we all expect. Let's use $50,000 income as an example. How much money do I need to have invested to replace a $50,000 a year income?
All right, so simple math on figuring out how much money you got to have. You can take 5% of whatever you got invested as income each year and not run down that investment account. So to get $50,000 a year of income from your investments, you need $1 million.
Okay.
Now, 5% of 1 million, 50,000. Is that doable? It is doable, but you literally have to spend your entire adult life, number one, making 50,000, and then off of that 50,000, you need to be saving at least 20%, and you got to do that for 30 years to get to 1 million. And the reality of it is, again, nobody's telling y'all the truth. You don't make enough at 50,000 to do this.
Okay. So if I want six figures, a six-figure income, as far as in my retirement, I need to accumulate over like $2 million or better over the course of that 30 years, basically.
That's it. That's the number.
Okay. So to be considered wealthy, if I make $50,000 a year, I need to be saving for 30 years.
Yeah.
So basically, till I'm like 60,
Mm-hmm.
if I need more.
Yeah. From 30 years old to 60 years old, you gotta be making 50,000, and you gotta be putting a good number of that 50,000 away. And here's the reality of it: it ain't gonna work.
Okay.
So if you're making the average income, you're gonna have to live like a bum, and you're gonna have to have roommates and everything
Okay.
for 30 years.
Living in a hostel.
There you go. Like you're not even renting a room. You got a bed. Like you got a pod system going on at your house. Like
Hey.
it's 2 bunk beds per room.
No, hold on, bro. I get the recliner this week. But listen, I was on the air mattress all last week now, bro. And I did the laundry. That ain't gonna work.
Like, that's the only way you're gonna get to $2 million off of like 50,000 a year. It's
Okay.
got to be some extreme stuff.
Okay. All right, let's try this. All right, let's do it different. Let's say I have $150,000 to $200,000 a year income. How do I save and invest to get to $2 million that way?
All right, good question. Glad you asked that. So, if you had 200,000, you want to start doing the investments.
And we'll catch you next episode. Talking cash. We out.
Y'all heard the man.